Hi guys, this is Cameron. I'm a therapist here in Wisconsin. I wanted to talk today a little bit about young people and social media issues and anxiety. Um, and I wanted to talk a little bit about developmental stages today because, developmentally speaking, young people who are coming into their teen years and later are looking for their own identity separate from the family, separate from the group that they've identified. And often, at least currently, a lot of these youngsters are sort of turning to social media as one of the main areas in which they are exploring their own identity. And that's partly what makes it so loaded for some folks, is that this is the beginning stages of developing self-identity. And so when you start something, it's very uncertain and very loaded. And this is why parents, you know, it's helpful for parents to be involved with that, because not only is it very loaded developmentally, it's also fraught with landmines. And this was another video we talked about. Our brains are not really adapted to assess threats um, in a real world terms. Um, our brains think social media threats and bullying and negative attention and all that stuff is actually real. And I refer back to a former video. And so when youngsters are desperately trying to find a connection with the world, and also our brains have not adapted to really understand what reality is compared to social media issues, it can be a real challenge. And this is why I'm an advocate for engaged parenting when it comes to social media. And I was an engaged parent too, because the anxiety can be inflamed beyond real reflections, and sometimes can lead to tragedy. And I've worked with some folks, and I worked in a teen program for a couple of years, and it's a tragic thing when people can get bullied and they experience that as real, and then terrible consequences while we're just actually trying to navigate a developmental stage, and things will change. And this is why I love that video series that folks put out on the internet about it gets better. It's going to actually get better partly because your identity develops and changes and your biochemistry develops. That's one thing that some folks don't really understand. Our neurochemistry of our brain, for example, in males, um, it's just starting to sort of solidify in the early 20s in some regards, as far as volatility, decision making, and things like that. And it can be pretty rough sometimes making those transitions. And as a parent, we all just want our kids to make those transitions to a point where their feet kind of on the ground, and they have the development and the ability to make appropriate decisions for themselves, given appropriate real world assessments. Anyway, little thought for the day about anxiety and social media. Comment below, subscribe, share, and I will respond. Thank you.